Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to today's Power Boost. I was thinking to look at the topic of eternal spirit of holidays, the eternal holiday spirit. We are now in the holiday season. November, December is the time where different faiths celebrate Festival of Light, and big celebration for Christians and also Jewish people is just ahead. And so there is the spirit of celebrating, spirit of the light, of bringing hope. And it's a very beautiful time of the year, because collectively, a very beautiful, generous, loving energy is created. Happiness, joy, also peace are especially qualities that people become more aware of, cherish and value at this time of the year. And we love what we do at these times. I'm coming from a more Christian background, and so in the context of Christmas, decoration, baking, shopping, we get stuff in order to give gifts to family, friends, and other people. And it's a time where we become our hearts open, and we become very generous. Many people give to charities. There's that whole spirit of lightness, of, like I said, joy and happiness. On the other hand, this is also the time of the year where there's a lot of darkness. Around Christmas time, one reason also why we like this time and is significant to do at this time is that we come together. Families, friends come together. And so as much as we like to do so and appreciate, value togetherness, at the same time, that also has become a cause of conflict. Being together in many households, many families don't experience that peace that they would like to experience. Suicide levels are very high at these times. And so on the one hand, we are celebrating, we are decorating, we are active at the physical level, and our hearts want to experience that joy, and we want to share that joy with everyone, especially family members. But then at the same time also, it seems like more and more we don't really know how to do it. So many conflicts, so many problems arise, struggling, quarreling, fighting. And so what is lacking, what is missing, what's going on that we can't celebrate in a more peaceful, happy, harmonious manner over a period of time? And so I was thinking that the art of having relationship, having especially respect, mutual respect for each other, the understanding that in any relationship, we need to have a connection to the self, and actually also a connection to God, in order to be able to give something to the other one, to contribute, and not only to be needy, wanting, desiring. And to take a more spiritual perspective at that whole aspect, and that's why also eternal spirit of holidays. Is it possible that we look at these qualities, the qualities that we want to experience, and looking at the self as well as others in a new, in a different way, in a more courageous, empowering way. And to do so, if we come from this spiritual perspective, then qualities like happiness and joy, these are innate qualities of every human being. And of course, we desire it, and try to attain it from the outside, from each other. But I think that's also where we run into some trouble, into some problems. And if we start to, take a closer look at the self from a spiritual perspective, then I will start to understand that these qualities are always with me, and I can choose, consciously choose, to experience them, to share them. But if I consider myself to be a being of love, a being of peace, a being of kindness, then I will also have to express those qualities, and many times express those qualities at times where I may not receive what I expect. I may not receive anything good. There might be someone who has no respect for me. So can I still have respect and allow a relationship to function, to work, and give space to the other one to also find their strength, find their qualities? So the whole spirit of this season of giving, of love, of joy, if we focus, this can be an experiment, if we focus more on that inner giving, connecting to myself at a more subtle level, connecting to myself more at the level of these qualities, and with the self-respect that this is who I am, that this is who I am, and make the effort to express them, share them, give them as a gift to someone who may not have that self-respect, who might be a bit upset. But that's not the reason for me to be upset. We have daily spiritual classes, and this morning, one of the slogans that we were reminded of was, don't give or cause sorrow, and do not take sorrow. And we all are familiar of not giving sorrow because we want to give something good, but we are actually very good in taking sorrow. So at this time of the year, when it's about being with each other, giving to each other, can I make it an intention or even a promise to myself to hold on to the value of at least one of those qualities, may it be peace, pure spiritual love, joy, happiness, and make an effort to cultivate that within myself, even though many things on the outside may not go the way I wish them to be. I may not get the gifts that I desire. I might not be able to, have the company that I wish to have, or what people share with each other in terms of conversations. So can I still, if I don't get it from the outside, can I still maintain an inner sense of joy, of just being grateful of who I am and value that quality, and then make that effort to express it, share it, give it to that person who is momentarily not able to express it or feel it. Compassion is a form of love. extend their love in form of forgiveness, in acceptance. And all of these aspects will help us to be together in a more peaceful manner, in a more harmonious way. It does not always have to be the way I want it. Think about it. It's also not always the way you want it. But from a place of self-respect, inner dignity, you express yourself, what you need, what is not so good for you. And then we will also do that in meditation. If I lack something, if I need the power, if I can't access that joy, for example, go to the source of virtues, go to the source, the one who is overflowing, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace, the ocean of happiness, who only brings benefit to everyone, who has that pure, complete, pure spiritual love, 100% acceptance for everyone. So if I can't do it, but go to the source, let yourself be helped, take from the source to share with your friends, to share with your family. So let us do some meditation now. And for that, we sit with a straight back. And it is a journey inward. It's a journey within myself, within my own consciousness. And I invite all of us to look at the self in a different, empowering, uplifting way. And also to look at the self with a lot of courage. It does take a lot of courage to allow that thought to emerge in my mind, in my heart, deep from within my own consciousness, that I am actually a being of goodness, that my innate qualities are of peace, happiness, joy, kindness, compassion, respect, sweetness. I am a spiritual being, an eternal being of goodness. When I started my journey, there was just light, pure light. I am a light. There's no shadow. There's no darkness, just light. It takes a lot of courage and willpower to deeply in my heart accept that eternally I am a being of goodness. And I, the soul, the spiritual being, I have a right to feel happy, to be peaceful, to feel love and loved. I have a right to those qualities. But I do not have the right to demand it from the outside. But I have to realize that this is who I am. And that I, in terms of my spiritual identity, belong to the source, the ocean of love. the ocean of generosity, the ocean of peace. And so take a deep breath and breathe into this awareness, that consciousness that I am a happy, peaceful, loving being. This is who I am. I accept the light that I am. There's no need to be shy of it. And if I can allow myself, give permission to deeply within accept that, then I can also afford, I will have the strength to see my shortcomings, to see the weaknesses, and without having the need to judge, to blame the self, or to feel guilty, without all of that, I will just see it and use my inner strength and outer strength, resources to overcome weaknesses. But I do not have the need to entertain any form of darkness. I will not be afraid of it. I am courageous because I am light. And any form of negative emotion is part of darkness. So anger is darkness, peace is light, and the light is always stronger than the darkness. Darkness is just the absence of the light. So in this season, let me have this conscious intention to remind myself over and over about the light within. Turn on that switch of awareness. Emerge the peace, the love, the joy, and generously share it with others, no matter who or what someone does or not does. My duty is to give, share my own light with others. Om Shanti.